back to another day of living in the new house, and hopefully it is the last day of plastering this bedroom. We are aiming to try and get this wall section completely finished today. Hopefully better than yesterday's roller plastering, because that side's actually not turned out too bad, but this side here is really sort of rough on this edge. You can even see some of the cracks and grooves even on the camera now. So we're going to have to retrospectively look at that and see what we can do to patch that. So we will learn a new skill of fixing dodgy plastering, which I suspect filler, sander, everything else is going to have to come out to sort that out. But that is another problem, because we are going to carry on forging ahead with the plastering and get this wall done. Hopefully then that'll be the last bit of plastering for a little bit, because we need to start on prepping other rooms, doing a few other jobs around the house, because we've done literally nothing but plaster for the last few days. So, but you will welcome break once you get on it. But anyway, let's just crack back on with plastering and get it over and done with. First layer done, much quicker, much smoother I think on that one. Plaster was a little bit dry, but not too bad. What I'm finding is where the tape is, especially where it's built up, where there wasn't a groove in there, the plaster dries on the tape much quicker than on the normal plasterboards. What you find is you end up with, if you've like put a big dog on there and don't get to it really quick, you end up with like a blob of seam of filler showing underneath there, but we'll hopefully catch that with the next layer. But that felt pretty good, that went alright. You may be wondering why I have black tape on my finger though. And that's because we had a minor accident while mixing paper, which I will go and show you now. Ryan, why is your mixer no longer round and no longer flat and all twisted up? Well, that was the minor accident we had. So Dad was busy mixing up the plaster, and unfortunately I didn't put enough water in the bucket when we put the plaster in there, so it was kind of forming huge lumps at the bottom which were difficult getting. So I was going in with the trowel to try and break up the lumps and get them out, and well, let's just say I caught the trowel in the mixer. It got wrapped round, went round and took my knuckle out. We'll see what damage happens to that later on, and minorly shattered my finger a little bit as well. So it hurt, to say the least. Thankfully A&E is not far away. I don't think it's broken, it's moving, but we'll see if it swells up a little bit later. But I'm not living my best life at the moment while plastering, because the hawk sits on top of that knuckle, so I've basically got the full weight of the plaster hawk sitting on top of the knuckle, which I've just mashed up. So fun and games, but we persevere and we carry on. That is one fully plastered, of questionable quality, bedroom. Look at that. I've done a thing. It is 1 o'clock in the morning again, so, but I am very much glad that we are finishing the plastering. this wall went much better. I think the technique's getting better. I'm getting quicker. It's still not perfect quality, but it's definitely getting there. But there is a full sense of positive thinking there in that was like a brand new, freshly boarded wall. So we didn't have it all the aggro like we did with the ceiling, with holes and patches and things that had been bonded over in different materials. So different experience, let's put it that way. But this room is now going to have to take many days to dry. So we'll keep the heating cranked up. We'll keep heat pumping through this room and just hopefully it dries out. And then we'll revisit it at a later date to see how bad a finish it actually ends up being and whether I want to sand it back. The ceiling I'm definitely going to have to do, and there's definitely bits I need to fill and knock back, so there's plenty more work to do here. But I guess what we'll do tomorrow is we'll at least clean up in here, we'll sand down, knock off any of the lumps and bumps and edges just to make sure it's as neat as possible in here, and then it's a case of just let it dry. Tomorrow we're going to go across and have some lunch with the mates back in hometown. So we'll hopefully come in and do some cleaning up of this room and do a few other small jobs to keep things ticking over. And then over the weekend I want to just get things prepped and ready to go in other places. So I want to finish getting the plasterboard up in here. Want to sort the ceiling out in the bathroom. Maybe knock the Artex off and just do a load of other roundabout jobs. I think what we'll also do is gut this front bedroom as well, because this is probably the next one that's going to get plastered. So we'll get ourselves into here and remove all the other bits that we can remove, get rid of the old lumps and bumps of wood that aren't being used, stash stuff in the garage, and then start doing the prep work in here. Now, one thing I have got to consider with the prep work is that we've got this boxing over the stairs, which I'm going to turn into part of the desk at some point. So we may potentially want to dismantle that so we can at least get the plaster up to the edge, because I don't know how that's going to be rebuilt yet. So we may take that apart and have a look at it. But yeah, I can only apologise for the fact it's been nothing but plastering this week, but we have successfully done it. That is the main thing. Well, hopefully successfully done it. We'll find out with time as time tells. But yeah, we'll hopefully be having a bit more variety in the vlogs going forward, which would be nice. So I'm going to take my mangled hand that had a minor incident with a drill and get myself in the bath. And you guys are going to finish watching the vlog. So thank you very much for watching. Happy hunting, and we will see you all in maybe tomorrow's vlog, depending on how much you do. We may or may not do a vlog. But anyway, we will see you then.